Hello guys, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to a new video of my channel. Um, in this video, we're gonna create this website. To create this website, we're gonna use HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap. I hope you guys know the basics of the HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap. If you know the basics, it will be a little bit easier for you because I'm gonna explain everything from scratch, and I'm gonna explain every component. So we have this is a multiple page website. We have about page, as you can see. We have our shop. In shop we have many products. We have this our brand section also, and we also have a page so that people can contact us. In the contact us page, we have a map for our location, and here is the form and here is the footer. So I hope that you guys stay with me till the end and create this project with me. I hope you guys enjoy creating this project. So guys, let's start building this website. First of all, we're gonna create a folder in anywhere index you like. Just go and create a folder. Give this a name. Give your project any name you want. I'm gonna give my project name like my shop site. Go inside the folder and create a file named index.html. This extension have to be HTML. Then create a folder named CSS. Then create a folder named JS. Create a folder named images. Sorry. So I'm gonna use Visual Studio Code to build this website. Visual Studio Code is a great code editor where you can get many extensions and many facilities so that you can code easily. They will help you code very quickly and very easily. So to open Visual Studio Code file, you can install it from Google Chrome if you want to use Visual Studio Code. You can also use any other code editor if you want, but I'm gonna use Visual Studio. From here you can install Visual Studio Code, download this Visual Studio Code and install on your PC. After that, go to this URL and type cmd, open your command prompt, and then type code space dot. What actually this does, this will open your project in Visual Studio, so that you don't have to manually go through the file and open the folder of your project. So we are gonna go inside index.html. So if you know the basic of HTML, you know that you first of all you have to write like meta language, header, body, etc. But if you use Visual Studio Code, you can go through these steps easily. One single step, like you're gonna type in an exclamatory and then just press enter. This will code you the main structure of a HTML website. So just start coding from here. You don't have to be messy. Just start cleanly. Then give your project a title. So I'm gonna give my project a title. I'm gonna give my project a title name like JE Commerce. So JE Commerce. Then because I'm using Bootstrap, so I have to import bootstraps in my bootstrap links in my website, my project. You can import using CDN or import static files by downloading the zip file of bootstrap and inserting the bootstrap.min.css in your CSS folder and bootstrap.min.js in your JS folder. But I'm gonna import CDN links, which I feel that's more comfortable and more easier. So I'm gonna go to Google Chrome and type in Bootstrap. Then we're gonna go to Bootstrap W3 for get started W3 schools. um, here you can see I have Bootstrap Max CDNs. So I'm gonna first of all import this link. So this is my link. So we're gonna always import link in our head. So I'm gonna import link in our head, which is a bootstrap.main.css file. Then we're gonna import these three files of jQuery library, popper.js, and cdn link js link of bootstrap. So we're gonna import this just at the bottom of our body, pressing a tab so that it looks a bit nicer. So here is our first structure of our website. So let's start building our project. First of all, we have to run our project. So you can run in two way actually. So you can if you are using Visual Studio Code, you can download an extension called go to settings and go to extension and download an extension called live server. You just have to install this live server. Then you can see this icon here, and you will click it, go live. This will start your project. What's the benefit of this go live thing extension? The benefit is you don't have to be refresh every time you update your code. If you just update your code and press Ctrl S and save your code, that will automatically update your output too. And if you're not interested in this extension, you just have to go to your files, right click on index.html, open with, and you can open with it with any browser you want. I'm gonna open it with Google Chrome, so it will open it. So I have opened my project, but you have to every time you have to reload to see your updated output. So I'm gonna go with the live server. So I'll close this tab. So let's start coding. First of all, we have to create this header top where we have icon, message, email, a call, a number, and on the right side we have some social icons. So first of all, we're gonna build this. So go to your code. I'm gonna create a section, give it an ID like header. Another thing, in Visual Studio you can easily write your div uh, ID and classes. Like if you wanna type in ID, you just have to press type in hash and then your ID name. Like I want to give my ID name header top. This will give a div to me and ID too. The ID I typed in a moment ago. So I'm gonna press enter. So it's more easier to code in Visual Studio. Yes, in Visual Studio Code, as you can see. So I'm gonna in header top, I'm gonna create a class called here we have some contact type text like number, email. So I'm gonna give my content and any name you want. First of all, I need to uh, import my div in a container, so that you can see there is a space on the left, there is space on the right, there is some space on the right and left. So I have to create the spaces. So I'm gonna give it a dot container. What will dot do? Dot will create me a class named container, like as you can see. So in container, let's type in our first number and email things. So I'm gonna give it another div called contact, any name you want, contact. Yeah. So I need to import this icon. How can I get this icon? It's really easy. Go to your Google Chrome and type in font awesome. So in Photos, you just have to click on the first link, click on start for free. Here give your email. I'm gonna give my email. Press send kit code. Now they will send a email in your email. Go to your email, Gmail. we have a message, we have an email and our Gmail. We just have to click to confirm your email address. We're gonna click it to confirm. Here you have to go to give your password. I'm gonna give my password. Confirm your password. Set password and continue. What's your first name? Give your name. First name. First name. Um. Uh, yeah, give any font or some icon you want. I'm gonna give like user. Here you can see now we can get a link, CDN link font or some. So our purpose of this login was to get this CDN link. So I'm gonna copy this code, copy this link and paste it here. So I'm gonna comment it in so that I can understand easily which link is where. So font awesome link. I'm gonna comment it out, copy all text font or something and press Ctrl plus slash. It will comment out for you, comment in for you. So we have our font or some link. Now we can import our icons easily. So we need the icon called. So we're gonna go to icons and press in search for the icon we want. Like it's an envelope. So envelope. Here you can see I got envelope square. I'm gonna import this envelope. It's a pro. Don't go with the pro, because if you try to import pro, it will not show you, it will not show in your output, because it's a paid thing. Go to a free envelope. It's free, and copy this code and paste it where you want. So we have our contact. I'm gonna create another div called mail. Paste it here. So we have our email. Let's check the output. Look, we have our email icon. It's very easy. Next we need this text. So I'm gonna import this text because it's inline text, so we have to use span. So in span, just paste this, and here you can see we have got our code. We have the desired output. So on the next line we need to import a call icon and this number. So now import call icon, search for the call icon, call back. We can import this icon, copy this code and create another div called dot phone. Enter, paste your code and create an span and copy this and paste it here. So uh, here is a problem that we are seeing that my email and call are coming in one down of another. I don't want it like this. I want it to be in line, side by side. So to make it side by side, we're gonna use a property of Bootstrap called deflex. So we're gonna use this deflex in content. So deflex, and now see your output. You can see if you use this display, we can see our divs in inline in deflex. So let's go to the, we have to create some margin here. So create some margin here, like give our email mr43. So I'm gonna create some margin. I'm gonna give it a little bit more for my full. So I have my margin. Another thing, we have to create this background color of our div. So I'm gonna give our div a background color, header top. uh, you can style it here to like style background color black. As you can see, we have background color black, but our text is also black, so we can see our text. So we have to give another give a text a color. So we're gonna give a text color light, not light. Hashtag FFF. It's a white color. So as you can see, we have our background color and our number and email. We need some padding. We'll see that after some moment. So now we are gonna import this social icons in our project. To import the social icons, we need to create another div and cut this contact and create div dot deflex. Here you go. So deflex, and after this div contact, create another div dot social icons, and import your icons. You can search for the icons for Facebook. You can type in Facebook. We're gonna copy and Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So if we do that, we can see our icons is coming here, but it is not going to the right side of our website. So to make this go to our right side of our website, I'm gonna explain you how can you do that. Create right click here and give inspect. Here as you can see, look, we have deflex after container. So what this deflex is doing, we are taking this whole space inside container, okay, and making these elements in inline. After that, we have created another div called contact and a div called social icons. So these things are taking their spaces. These two divs are inline divs. These are inline divs, so they are taking their spaces. But if we want to create space between these divs, we're gonna give a class to our deflex or justify content between. So we're gonna go to our deflex and give it a class justify content between. So it will create space between these two divs. As you can see, we have created spaces between these two divs. Our contact div, this is our contact div, and this is our social icon div. So this is the use of deflex. It's a very usable class of Bootstrap. You can easily use it, and it will help you a lot to your design. So we're gonna go to our next step. We have to add some padding in our icons. So we're gonna add some padding on our icons right and left. So what we will do, we have missed a thing on our project structure. We have to create on CSS folder. We have to create a file called style.css. Then we have to link our style.css. Go and type link and type in relation style sheet array css slash style.css. As you can see, our directory from index.html of style.css is css, then style.css. So we have put css then style.css. Now we have to style our social icons. So we're gonna grab this class social icons, go to style.css, and because it's a class, we have to declare it giving it a dot style social icons. Then we have we have social icons, then we're gonna give social icons heading 0 pixel 0 pixel 0 pixel 0. For 50 pixel is top, then right, then left, then the top, right, bottom, left. So you can manufacture this padding. Go to your project, right click on your icon, inspect, and as you can see, we have here padding 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 0 pixel. Go and click one and use your up button, up down arrow to give padding, to increase and decrease these pixels. So I'm gonna increase it, give it a 10, right to left, right to right 10, left 10. As you can see, now we have our padding. So I'm gonna copy this and paste it here. So I have my social icons padding. I'm gonna just give my whole div a padding. As you can see, we have a div padding in our div. So we're gonna grab our div. Our div is header top. So and is it an id or class? It's a class. So I'm gonna give it a class header top, header top, and give it a padding 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 0 pixel again, and go to your project, right click, inspect. As you can see, go to header top, yep. Here you can see we have 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 0 pixel. So I'm gonna increase it, give it 6 and 8 and 8, I think. Yep, looks much better. Yeah, almost similar. So I'm gonna give it 8 pixel, 8 pixel. Here you can see we have almost cloned the header top of our website. We just need to decrease our font size a little bit. As you can see, it's a little bit smaller sizes. We have to decrease our font size. So we're gonna grab our header top and give it size 14 pixels. Yep. As you can see, now our font is little bit similar. I'm gonna grab this color also, right click on the project we are cloning. I'm gonna give the link of this project to you so that you can copy the colors of this project's icons, texts. So right click, inspect, and go bottom. Here you can see we have the color. Copy the color and paste it here. So color, as you can see. So now we have the color. So we have almost completed copying our header top. Now we have to go to our navbar. So now we are going to build this beautiful navbar. To build this navbar, go to your code and inside section create another div dot header navbar. Inside the div you have to create nav, give it a class name navbar. These are bootstrap classes. So create another header and give it a class navbar. Let's call navbar brand. Inside this, inside navbar brand, we have to give this name Z. So Z. Now give it a class eval. Give it create an element eval. Inside this eval, give it a class named navbar nav. After giving it a navbar nav, then create li element and give it a class. These are all bootstrap classes. You can't misspell any of these classes name. So navbar, sorry, nav item inside a create a with a class nav event. So what's our fast link? Home. So we can grab this home, paste it inside a tag. So let's see our output for now. So we have J, we have home. As you can see, we have these two things beyond right and left. So I'm gonna fix it right now. um, First of all, we have to bring this inside a constant container, so I'm gonna grab this on so that it takes spaces on the right and left. As you can see, it takes took spaces right and left. So I'm gonna copy this align shift. I am saying the shortcut alter shift and down arrow, so it will copy paste the selected codes. After whom we have about shop contact, sorry, content. As you can see, we have home, about, shop, content. So to make this inline so that it's come right left in row, we have to just give our nav a class of never expand lg, so it will bring all our links in a row. So next we have to give our never a class called never dark. So never not dark, it will be never light. It will make our text of menu dark, menu text dark, like you can see j dark, home dark, shop. Yeah. So what's next? Next we have to bring our this never in center and bring this classes, bring this if some icons, search, cart and user, and give our j color and make it a little bit larger. So first of all, make j colorful and larger. So right click inspect and grab the color, go to one never brand and get style, give the color. Let's see, font size, give it font size like 40 pixels. Let's see if it looks better. Yeah, you can see I need a little bit much bigger, so 45, and give it font weight like bold. As you can see, both the Z are looking almost similar. So now we have to bring this home, about, shop, contact in center. To do that, we have to also keep in mind that we have to also make our never responsive. As you can see, our never isn't responsive right now. It isn't responsive. So obviously header top is responsive, but not our never responsive. To make it responsive, I'm gonna show you. Go to Bootstrap never search and type on the click on the first link. As you can see, there is a button of never toggler, which will toggle your neighbor. So go and paste it just under a neighbor, and you have got our button. Then create a div, create a div, give the class, what's plus, collapse neighbor collapse. As you can see, collapse neighbor collapse, and grab this id. So you have to keep in mind that this id here and this data target here have to be absolute same. Okay, because anything inside this div will toggle with this button. So this button and this div is connected. So bring this whole ul and tag and cut it and paste it inside this div. What will this do? We can look here. You can see we have got our home never shop content, and if you look at the check responsive, look, we have our responsive icon, responsive menu. It's easy. This is our nav. This button is this button, and it's collapsing. It's collapsing using this class never collapse after in smaller devices. So if it collapses, then it looks like this and if we click on that, we can get our menu. So now we don't need to, we have made our menu responsive. Now we need to bring this menu center and give it some padding. So to bring it center, we're gonna just give it justify content center innovative. So what will this do? This will bring our menu in center. So we are now we have to give it a padding. So it's right and left. So we're gonna grab like header neighbor ul la. So go to your style.css and header neighbor ul la. Again same padding 0%, 0%. Oops, I think we have done some mistakes. Okay, so right click on your home, go to li. We have declared li. So li, and here you can see padding 0%. So give your padding as you want. We don't want any padding from top, we want padding from right and left. So give right 25, maybe from left 25. Yeah, let's see if it looks similar. I think we have to go for 30, 13, 30. So copy this padding and paste it here. As you can see, we have our home, about, shop, contact. We have to increase the font size of our menu a little bit. So I'm gonna give it font size 40 pixel, maybe not 40 pixel, maybe 20 pixel. Yeah, looks much better now, almost similar. Now we need to do is go and grab this icon. So inside our just outside of our collapse div, we're gonna create another div called dot here navbar icons, nav icons, and it I give it a class maybe fa search. As you can see, we have search, then we have cart and user. So cart user. So we have user, but we haven't got the cart. So I'm gonna go to Fontosum, search for cart. You can see we have cart, shopping cart. It is a pro. Yeah. You know, go into this and copy this code and paste it here. So we have got our shopping cart. And also, oh sorry, I just paste. So we have got search, cart, and user icon. So I'm gonna give it a padding. I need to padding, so I'm gonna call it like nav icons, then I. So dot nav icons I heading 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 0 pixel, and go and give a padding as you want. 0. I don't want any padding from top. From right will be 10 pixel, from left 10 pixel. Okay, 10 10, and give some font size to it. Some font size maybe 15, 18 pixel maybe. Yeah, 18 pixel. Yeah. So we have created this beautiful navbar. Now we need to create this slider. So I'm gonna build this slider using carousel slider of Bootstrap. Build this slider. We're gonna go into our code, and just after header navbar, we're gonna create another div called header slider. Inside header slider, we're gonna create another div and give it an ID called carousel example indicator, and let's give this a class called carousel slide, and give this an attribute called data ride carousel. Okay, so inside this div I'm gonna define my another div called carousel inner, and give it a class name carousel inner. Okay, so inside carousel inner we're gonna write our items. So first of all, let's create our first item, and we need to create a div for our item. So I'm gonna give it a class in carousel item. Remember, you have to give another class inside your carousel item div, because this will show your slider. If you don't use this activate in your first carousel item, your slider will not show in your output. I'm gonna show you after creating this slider. So inside carousel item we need to see what we have this image, okay, and this descriptions. So we need two column, right? There is one column for image, and there is another column for our writing descriptions. So let's create a row so that we can define our two columns. Inside row now go call L6. It will pick 6 and 6, 12. 6 for image and 6 for our description. Inside this 6, this call LG, inside this div we're gonna give our image. I have downloaded my images already in my images folder. So go to my go to the zip file I have give you. So and download that zip file and get these images. Also you can use any images if you want. Okay, so I'm gonna define the path of my image. So write an image tag, and inside source I'm gonna define my image path. So create a folder images. Inside in this folder give your image source. I have defined my image path images. Inside images folder I have my image. Okay, so inside my first column, what I need a title, some descriptions. Okay, so to write this I'm gonna create another div inside this, like slider text. Okay, so inside slider text I'm gonna bring this, go to my first slider and copy this, sorry, it's one. I'm gonna give it a class called display code. It's a bootstrap class, and after that I'm gonna take another tag, ht tag, and copy this and paste it inside this tag, and create another tag p tag and copy this and paste it here. So this is our first slider, so I'm gonna copy and paste my first slider. So it is my first slider, carousel item. As you can see, I'm gonna copy this div. I have 3 sliders, so 1 2 3. So I got 1 carousel item, 2 carousel item, 3 carousel item. Okay, to manipulate this slider I need 2 icon so that I can go right and left. So I'm gonna create these icons now. So just after carousel inner, I'm gonna just minimize these things. Carousel item, um carousel item, yeah, just under carousel inner div, I'm gonna give my I'm gonna take a tag. Okay, inside a tag let's give it a class carousel control grep, and I'm gonna give it a href so that it can link to my with my slider. So what have I defined this where this is what have I so what was my id? My id was as you can see, yeah, my id was carousel example indicator. So I'm gonna copy this and paste it inside this header so these two can be linked. So inside a tag, press enter. I'm gonna also give it some attribute called role button data slide prep. Okay, so inside this I'm gonna create another span tag. Inside span tag I'm gonna give it a class called carousel control prep icon, carousel control prep icon, and give the style background color. Let's go for hashtag 19875. Okay, and give it a attribute called area hidden. So after this span tag I'm gonna create another tag called span. Inside span I'm gonna give it previous, and inside span I'm gonna define a class called sr only and give semicolon here. I'm gonna font it. This is our prep button. This is our prep button, so we can go to our previous slider. To go to next slider we need a next button. So I'm gonna create this, copy and paste this, and I'm gonna define next, control next icon, and everything is same. And now there are some mistakes we have done, like I have given this class multiple times. I need to give this active class just once for my first carousel item. Then I have given the extra class. And look, we have connected this id with this our sorry, we have connected this id with our href, but it's an id. So I need to say this thing, this href, that this was an id. So I'm gonna give it a hashtag. With hashtag we can define that that was a id. Here also we have to give this hashtag, and now we can see our output. So as you can see, our output isn't that similar to our slider, but we will fix that. We'll come to that. But what is important right now is our slider is sliding. Let's check it out. As you can see, our slider is sliding. We haven't changed our content for our every slider. We have different content. We have the same content for three sliders, so we have to change those things also. So we are gonna fix that. Let's go and fix that. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to change our content. So, and look, there's a background color to our full sliders. So I'm gonna give this background a color. So go to your header slider and give this a background color. Color star color, sorry, background color, background color, hashtag ef. Okay, let's check our output. Yeah, as you can see we have got our background color. Let's change our content. So as you can see I have finished changing my content. Now I need to move this content here, middle section. So I'm gonna go to my code and call this class slider text class and dot slider text, and give it a margin 0 pixel 0 pixel 0 pixel 0 pixel. I'm gonna right click and inspect, go to my slider text div, and I'm gonna give it a margin. So I'm moving my margin from the top. I think I need Yep, that will be enough. I think 260 from the left. We need from the left now. So which one is from the left? So this one is from the left. I'm gonna move it from the left. Maybe 200 pixel. Yep. We're gonna copy this. As you can see, I have my content in the section, content section in center. Every slider. So I'm gonna copy and paste this margin here. Refresh. As you can see, now my description is in center. Okay. Now another thing we need to do is, look, this e-commerce word is kind of green, so I'm gonna change the color of this text. Go to index.html and in e-commerce with style, color, maybe hashtag 198754 maybe. Let's check it out. Yeah, as you can see, our color has changed. So we are gonna give this one a little bit of more margin from the left. So I'm gonna give this maybe 300 to this one. Yep. Now as you can see, it is looking more similar with this one. Now what I need to do now, I'm gonna create these three indicators. To create these three indicators, I'm gonna go into my code and just top of carousel in a div, I'm gonna create another UL tag. Inside UL, I'm gonna give UL a class called carousel indicators. And give this align for data target will be our same ID. Yeah, this will be our data target. I'm gonna copy and paste this thing, and data slide to first one is 0, so give it a 0, and give the class called active class, and copy and paste this, remove active class from the bottom of to align, and give it 1, data select 1, data select 2. Now I need to design these indicators. To design this indicator, I'm gonna go in my style.css and call class carousel indicators. We are calling this class, actually this class carousel indicators. Then inside carousel indicators we need to call our li, like carousel indicators and li. So inside this I'm gonna give it a background color 5959 AB6E, and give it a height of like 3 pixel maybe, width around 30 pixel, margin 0 pixel from top and 5 pixel from right to left, and cursor will be pointer. Okay. And now we are gonna give our cursor indicators li active some styles. Li dot active class, and give it a background class of green. Let's check our output. Yep, as you can see, we have created our beautiful slider, and we have got our indicators also. So now we are going to create this section of category of the month. To create this section, we're gonna go into code and create another section and give it an ID, category. Yep. And also gonna give some class to it, so that it can take some padding from top and bottom. We're gonna give py5, and inside this section we're gonna we're gonna go and create two divs. For one div for our head title and subtitle, and another div for our items. So I'm gonna go and give first div category visible class called category header. Inside category header we need this title. I'm gonna copy this title and each one, paste it inside that, and give it a class called display 4. And we're also gonna style this right header. Give it some font weight, font weight 100 of 100. Next we're gonna go and grab our subtitle and paste this inside p tag and give our p tag a class called lid. And we also need our text to be in center. Go and give category center. We also need some like space from our right and left, so I'm gonna go and give it a class container. I'm gonna copy the cut this div and give it a class container. Inside container div, I'm gonna place this. Okay, so let's check our output. Yeah, as you can see, we have our titles, subtitles, some padding from the top, some padding from bottom. Next we need is this section. To create this section, we're gonna create another div and a row, and inside row we need 3 columns for our 3 items. So let's go create another div called category items, and we also need everything to be in center, so we're gonna go and give it a class text center, and inside text center this div I need a row. Inside row I need 3 columns, so I'm gonna divide this into 3 columns. Call lg4, and inside call lg4 we need our first image and name and a button. So I have already downloaded my images, as you can see in my image folder, so you can go and download these images. I'm gonna give an image tag inside source. I'm gonna define my path of my image and give image tag a class called image bootstrap class. And we also you can see we have this image rounded, so I'm gonna give it a class called rounded circle, so how my image can be rounded. And we also gonna give some style to it, height 300 pixel and width 300 pixel. And we need a name for our image like this, and we're gonna style this a little bit. I'm gonna give some margin from top and bottom, so I'm gonna go with my3 and take on a we need now with and button. To create a button, we're gonna go and create button and go shop. We need to add some classes to our button, so go and add some classes, btn success, and go and see our output. Yeah, as you can see, we have our image and our name, image name, and a button. But we need some padding from top of this image. As you can see, our subtitle and image is too much close, so I'm gonna give some padding to our category items py5. Yep, now as you can see, we have some padding from top. Now go and copy this call lg and paste this. We have our 3 column. As you can see, we have a 3 column. Now we need to change our images and name. So we're going to change our image and name. Category is to shoes, and our category is 3, and we will give it a name shop. That's the output. As you can see, we have our categories at the month section, absolutely similar to this. So next we are going to create this featured product section. To create this section, we're gonna go and create another section and give it an id featured. Inside featured we need another add div for our title and subtitle, and a div for our 3 items. So go and let's copy this div and paste it here, and we're gonna change our title. So go and grab this title, paste this inside h1 tag, and go and grab the subtitle and paste this inside this p tag. We're gonna change the class of this div and give it featured header. Featured header. Let's check our output for now. Yeah, as you can see, we have our feature output and our subtitle. One thing we need to do is give our total section a background color. So we're gonna go and give our total section a background color. So let's go and grab this div inside this style.css, and because it's an id, we're gonna define it by hash and give it a background color called E9EEF5. Sorry, I missed a hash here. So let's check. Yep, as you can see, we have our background color with some padding from top and some padding from bottom. We're gonna go and give some padding to our id section. So some padding from top, so padding py5. So we're gonna keep some padding from top and some padding from bottom, as you can see. Now we need our 3 items. Go and create another section, so another div dot featured items. We also need a container, so I'm gonna grab all this div and create a container and paste this inside the div. Container will create some spaces from right and left. And now inside feature items, we need a row. Inside row we need a lg column, so lg4. Inside call lg4, we're gonna build a card for our items. So we're gonna go and build a card for our 3 items. So to create card, we're gonna go and use Bootstrap classes. I'm gonna go and create a card div. Inside card div, we're gonna go and give it this card image, so card image, and we need to define our source inside this card image div. We don't actually need card image div. We're gonna go and create an image tag here and source, and we're gonna give it a class called card image. Okay, inside source we're gonna define our image path. So we need these 3 images. So I'm gonna download these 3 images. So I have downloaded my images and go and define the path of this thing. My first image is featured product 1, and now we need this rating and price. As you can see, my rating and price in one line. To create this rating and price, I'm gonna go and declare a div and give it a class called dflex, and give it another class called justify content between, so that these two, rating and price, create their own spaces from between them. Okay, so let's go and with this inside this div, I'm gonna create another div called rating. Let's see, and inside rating we need these 5 stars. So I'm gonna grab the icons, red I plus a as f a star, and I'm gonna copy paste these icons. Let's check our output. Yeah, as you can see, we have our card where we have image and our rating. We need to need some padding, and we need to change our color of icons of our rating stars. So I'll change the color of our rating stars, and as you can see, we have first of all I stars yellow, and then we have some light gray color in our last two star. So now go and give our first star color yellow, and give our last two icon style color light gray. Let's take our output. As you can see, we have our five red, three yellow stars, and our two yellow star for our rating. We need some also need some padding from top and bottom of our rating. So I'm gonna go and give some padding to it. Let's some padding my3. Let's check. Yep, now we have some padding. Now we need a price in our right side of our card. I'm gonna go and create another brief, name it price, and set this price. We're gonna give h4 and grab the price of it. So paste it inside the h4 tag and give it a class called not class actually. I'm gonna give it style color light gray. Let's check our output. As you can see, we have a $240 price, and it is positioned on the right side. Now we also need some padding on top. Go and put some padding to it. So my, now these are almost similar. Next we need this title and this subtitle and review section. So I'm going to grab this title, and just outside our div flags div, I'm gonna go and give h3 and give it gene weight, and I'm gonna give it a class for card title of a bootstrap class. And we also need to grab our subtitle and go and grab this inside card, and grab inside p tag. We're gonna paste this and we give the class called delete, and we need the reviews. So I'm gonna go same, I give it a p tag and paste this and give it a class called delete. I'm gonna style this and give the color called the light gray again. Let's check output. Yep, as you can see, we have our title, we have our description, subtitle, title, and rating and price. Now we need some padding from our right to left. To grab this padding, we need to input these all items in another class called card body. Let's see our output now. As you can see, we have our card fully ready. Now we need more 3 card. Before that, we need to reduce some margin. We need to reduce some margin from our star ratings, and let's remove some margin from our rating. So go to our rating section. Here we can go and give it. As you can see, now it's looking much better. We also need to reduce margin of our price. Yep, now it's looking much better. And we also need to give our theme weight some color and font weight. So go and style this font weight, color light gray, not light gray, so I'm gonna keep it black. We're gonna keep it black. Yeah, it's looking nice now. So I'm gonna copy and paste these 3 product and change the title and subtitle and images. So now we have changed all the data of our columns items. So let's check. This is our first column, this is our second column, and this is our third column. So let's check our output. As you can see, we have our 3 columns and 3 items, and it's looking more similar to the project we are targeting. And now we need some padding from the top, so I'm gonna get some padding from the top to our featured items. 53. Yeah, as you can see, we have some padding from the top. Now we have finished building this featured product section, so now we are going to create this beautiful footer. Now let's start building this footer. To build this footer, first of all we need this background color of this section, so I'm gonna go and inspect this and grab the background color of it. I'm going to code after my section. I'm going to create another section and give it an ID. Let's put it, and go into my style.css and footer ID, background color. So I'm gonna paste my color. Okay, next we need a container so that it takes some space from right and left. And here as you can see, we have a row and 3 column: a column for JShop, a column for products, a column for further info. So let's go and first of all take a div called container, and then inside container gonna take the previous row, inside image, inside row in column, 3 column, only 4. Gonna actually copy paste this one for you. Inside our first column, we're gonna go and grab this JShop and give the inside each one I'm gonna paste the JShop. Also I need all the text to be in center. No, I don't need any of the text in center. It's just aligned in the left side, so I don't need text center. I'm gonna go and give it a color. I'm gonna go and grab the color JShop, give style color and paste it inside this. And we also need some padding from top. We're gonna go and give some padding from top, so for row pt 5. Okay, and let's give our next two header also. So inside next column we have another header, and inside next another header, but we don't have the color same, and also not the titles are same. So we have products. I'm gonna replace this JShop with products, and further info I'm gonna replace this with this JShop, and also remove the color. I have just spelled tag here. Oh sorry, further info. This will be small letter. Yep, let's check our output now. We can't see our output because it's dark products and further input text color dark, so I'm gonna style this and give this color light color plus and style and give it color light. So yeah, we have further info products and JShop. I need them to be a little bit smaller, so I'm gonna go and change it from H1 to H2. Let's check now. Yep, now it's looking much better. And also I need to remove I need to add some font weight. I'm gonna go this products and give font weight further info products some font weight. Font weight 100 maybe. Let's check output. Yeah, now it's looking much better. So as you can see, we have a line and just below our JShop products and further info. So I'm gonna go and give it a border bottom maybe. Go and give h3 every h3 border bottom 1 pixel solid light gray. Let's check our output. Yeah, we have our border, but we also need some padding from bottom, so I'm gonna give the padding sorry, padding bottom not 5 pixel maybe, not 5 pixel, gonna give it 30%. Yeah, now we have some padding from our padding bottom from our tight headers. Okay, now in next we need to add this address and this menus. So to create this address and this menu, we're gonna go and instead of first column, we're gonna create another div and name it address. Inside address, we need li, and also we need to give our address, style, color, so that every text of this inside this div can be white. And inside li we need this icon and this address. So I'm gonna grab this icon. I have already copied this icon. You can go into font awesome and get this icon. Paste it inside this li tag. And just after I tag, I'm gonna go and copy this and paste it inside this. Okay, let's check our output for now. So as you can see, we have our address and our icon, but we have a dot here because it's an li tag. It will create a dot automatically, so we need, so if you want to remove this dot, I'm going to go and give it a style called list style type none. As you can see, the dot is gone, and we now need some margin from right from this icon. So I'm gonna go and give this icon style margin right, maybe 15 pixel. Yeah, now we have our icon and address. We have some margin right of our icon. I'm gonna copy this li and paste this 2 times. We have our address and icon, so let's change this. First of all, we need this call icon. I have already copied this call icon and replace this with just copy the class of it and replace it with this class. And after that we need this number, copy this number and paste, replace this with our address. Next we need this envelope and this email. I'm gonna go and grab envelope icon, just copy the class and paste it inside this class. And now we need this email, copy this email and paste, replace this address. Let's check our output for now. Yeah, we have our icon, all the icons, address. We need, now we need some padding from top and bottom. So I'm gonna go into our li tag and let's give all of the three a class called py2 so that it can take padding from top and bottom too. Yeah, now it's looking much nice. Now decrease this and give it 1 maybe. Let's see. Yeah, now it's looking much better. We also need to increase our font size a little bit. Oh, let's increase our font size. Go to install style and sorry, size and give it 16, 18 pixel. Let's check now. Yep, now it's looking much similar to that. As you can see, now we need to create these two menu. So I'm gonna go and put one into our next column, create a div menu, menu product. Inside menu product, I'm gonna go and give the li tag, and inside the li tag we need this menu luxury, and we also need to remove the dot. So I'm gonna give it style type none and copy paste this and copy this sportwear, paste it inside there, paste it inside, sorry, inside there, and then shows, paste it inside there. Address. And sorry, accessories. And sports shoes. We also need some padding from top and bottom, so I'll give it a class py. Let's check our output for now. We also need to change the color of our text, so inside main product, style, color, step, and yeah, as you can see, we have our all the menus. We now need to give all of them some font size. Font size 18 pixel. It's looking much better now. Now we need to move into our further info section. So what we have in our further info: home, about us, shop locations, FAQ, and contact. What we can do is we can copy this menu product div and paste this in our third column and change this class to menu product, from menu product to like menu for info, and grab this home, grab this about us, paste it inside the home, shop locations, return shoes, pictures, and contact. We don't need this, we don't need this to li, so remove this and check our output for now. Yeah, as you can see, we have our further info, about us, shop locations, FAQs, contact. Next we are going to give our row a little bit padding from bottom and a border bottom. As you can see, here is a border bottom of our row, so I'm gonna go and give our row some padding from, you can change this pt to py, from pt to py, so that it can take some padding from the top and bottom. As you can see, now we have some padding from bottom, and give it style border bottom 1 pixel solid light gray. Let's check our output now. Yeah, we have this border, as you can see. To create these social icons and this email address section, I'm gonna create another div and as you can see, there is some padding from top and padding from bottom. I'm gonna give this some padding from top and bottom, and we're gonna take a row. Inside this row, we're gonna take a column for our social icons and a column for our email section. So let's go and just minimize our row tag. Yep, that's how we set up our row div. Create a div called, like, what you can call it, anything you wish. I'm gonna call it contact. Inside contact, I'm gonna create a row. We're gonna create call lg4, not actually 4, we're gonna give it 3. Inside we call it first column, or first column I need this 4 icons. I have already imported these 4 icons, as you can see here in the menu. So I'm gonna copy and paste these icons. Here's our icons. Copy this. I'm gonna just close this tab and paste this inside this column C, and let's style it a little bit. Let's give it color state FFF, sorry, F, and border 1 pixel solid gray, and I'm gonna give some padding. Let's check our output for now. So as you can see, we have our 4 icons and we have border Now what we need to give this border a rounded circle so that the border can be rounded. I'm gonna give this all I take class called rounded circle, and we also need some padding from top and bottom. So I'm gonna give it contact py3. Let's check our output now. Yeah, we have some padding from top and bottom, and as you can see, our icons have a good shape, in a good shape now, rounded, almost similar to that. Okay, now we need to create this email address section. So let's go and after call lg, I'm gonna create another tree called lg3 and give it create a form inside this. That form, I'm gonna create an input. It will be email input, so I'm gonna give it email, type email, and with a placeholder we have placeholder email address. I'm gonna give email address, and we need to give some class from control pg dark, so that background can be dark, and our border light. Let's check our output now. Yeah, as you can see, we have our email address input and we have our border. Now we need to uh, float this or shift this, position this I input in toward the right side. So what we can do, we're gonna give this called lg3 and this called lg9. Let's check output now. Yeah, as you can see, we have social icons on left and email address to the right. Now we need this subscribe button. To create the subscribe button, I'm gonna go and just after input, I'm gonna take another input tag and type, give this a type called submit, give this a class btn success, and we also need to give some value to it. I'm gonna give it a value called subscribe. So now let's check our output. As you can see, we have our output, but it is on the bottom of our email address. We don't want to be in the bottom of our email address. So what one can do is can cut this to input and create a div and give it a class called input group, and inside this div we're gonna paste our input button and email address section. Let's check our output. Yeah, as you can see, we have our input and button side by side. So now we're gonna create this last item, copyright. Copy this and create another div just after our contact div. Give it a name copyright, and after that we're gonna we need some padding from top and bottom. So we're gonna copyright py5, and inside py5 we're gonna create a p tag and give it a class lead. We also need to change the color and have check our output now. Yeah, as you can see, we have our copyright and these letters. Now we need to change the background color of it. As you can see, our footer's background color and this copyright section's background colors are totally different. So I'm gonna copy this background, not color, I mean background color actually. I'm gonna search for a background color. Inside, yep, bg black. So I'm gonna get copyright bg black. Yeah, let's check our output. We have this inside container, so we have to get it out of our container so that it can take full space. Let's go and grab this copyright section, bring it out of the container. Let's check now. Yep, We also need our text to be in center, so let's go and give it a giver p tag plus text center, and we need to reduce some margin padding. So yeah, now as you can see, we have completed our main home page. So next we are going to create this about section, about page. So first of all, to redirect to this about page from our home page, we need to do something in our menu. So enter code and find our menu section. In menu section, we're gonna go and give this a tag, home tag. We want our home tag redirect to the same link. So to redirect to the same link, we just need a slash, and for about page we need to create and we also need to create a page for our about us page. So let's create about.html and link this into our about tag, not into li, we need to inside our header. So give it in the just about.html. So let's check if our page is redirecting. Go into our output and let's see, we have our home. As you can see, we are redirecting to our home page when we clicking into a home page, and then when you click in our about page, yep, we are getting our page of about.html. So let's, as you can see, there are some similarities between about page and home page. The top navbar is same, our menu is same. So I'm gonna copy and paste this. First of all, let's go and copy our head inside and also our body, and copy and paste. We also need our body tag to be started. So inside body tag we need our top navbar and menu bar. So I'm gonna grab this section of header, header, and copy this until just top of header slider. Copy, paste this inside body. Let's minimize this div, header navbar div and header top div. As you can see, we need to end our section of header. So let's check our output now. Yep. Now we have our top navbar, as you can see, and our main navbar, menu bar. Okay, let's now we are going to create this about section inside. Say first, no, not inside, create another section actually, and give it an id about and class bg success. Inside bg success we need two column, one column for our image and one column for our about us section. So go and give a container so that it takes some spaces from right and left, and inside that give it a row, give it call lg8 and call lg4. Inside call lg4 we need the image tag, and so this images slash img. Let's check our output. Yeah, as you can see, we have an image aligned on our on the right side. We need some padding from top and bottom. So I'll go and give this row, this section. Yeah, now we have some padding from top and bottom. Now we need to create this about us section. So I'll copy this again. inside our first column here, h1 as, and this description with tag and class lead. Let's check our output here. We also need to change the color of our text and give it light. So now get this and class text light. Also in this description we get text. Check out. Yeah. Now we need some margin from the top. So I'm gonna get some margin from top. Let's give this class pt5. We need more margin, so I'm gonna be on this pt5 and give this style margin top of 200 150 billion. Yep, it's looking much better now. Yeah, we can reduce some margin. Yeah. Now we have created our about us section. Next we are going to create this our service section. To create this our service section, we're gonna need another section of our services and a header, a title and a subtitle. So I'm gonna go and create another section. And give the ID of services. Inside services we need this title and a subtitle and some space from right and left. I'm gonna give content. Sorry, I misspelled this container. Inside container we need and div for our section header section. So services header. Inside services header we have this our services. So copy this. Paste it inside h1 tag, and we also need some style. So font weight, bold, and the class will be this class will be display for. Check out what. Yeah, we have our services and our display. I think I don't need this bold. It's want to be bold, so I'm not going to. And let's check out. Now it's looking much better. So next, text is in align this in center. Let's copy this also and paste it inside tag and give it a class of read. And to bring everything in center, now give it text center. Let's check our output now. Yep. Now we have our subtitle and subtitle in center. So now give some padding from top and bottom. So class right. Now we have some padding from top and bottom. Next we need this services 4 column for our 4 services. So go and create another div. Give this dot services menu. Create a row. Inside row we need call lg4. Not a call lg4, we need 4 times. So I'm gonna keep it call lg3 and copy paste this 3 times. Now we have 3 call lg3, 4 call lg3. Inside our first call lg3, we need this. First of all, we need this box, and there is some shadow behind the box, and we need this icon and this name. We also need to change the color after hovering in our service. So let's do it. First we need to create a div inside our first column and name it service. Inside service we need a class, another class called text center, so that every item of this div can be in center. And let's give let's get our icon of a moving car. So I'm gonna give I class FAS 8A truck moving. We also need to give it some size. I'm gonna give star font size of 60 pixel, and you also need the name of this service. I'm gonna give H4. My service name is delivery address, and we also need some padding from top and bottom of this name. Class P13 so that it contains some padding from top and bottom. Let's check out for now. Like we have our icon and its name. Now we need this border section and our icon's color to be changed. So first of all, I'm gonna go and grab this class, give it some style. I'm gonna give it shadow 0.5 and 100 RAM, 1 RAM, and RGBA of 0. Also, yes, remove this 0, 0, and 0.15, and also it needs to be important. And also I need to give it some padding. 30 pixel. Let's check our output for now. Yes, as you can see, we have our border shadow is looking much better now. Now we need to change the color of our icon. So I'm gonna go and grab the icon. So I'm gonna give the service I color hashtag, I think this one. Let's check output for now. Yeah, we have the color also. Now what we need is, if we hover like this, if we hover, we need our all the our items color and our content color to be white and background color to be green. So I'll do this. First of all, I need to do is dot service hover background color will be hashtag, I don't know, 360, and we do color hashtag FFF, everything's color can be active. And we need we will add some transition to it so that it changes the color after hovering and takes some times while changing. So I'll give it some time, so 0.5 second. Let's check our output now. As you can see, when we hover, our background color is turning green, and also our text color turning light, but not our icons color turning light also. So I'm gonna give also our icon some class dot service over I color. Let's check now. Yeah, as you can see, when you hover, we have our text color change and also icon color change and background color change. So we also need to add this transition into this so that both of them can take similar time. Yeah, as you can see, now we have absolute same service section, service column actually. So let's copy and paste this three times. So click this 1, 2, 3. You also need to change the icons. So I'm gonna go and change all the icons. This, and give it a name of FA exchange all, and next one is FA person. We need to remove this face. Next one is FA users. User. Yeah. Yes. We are not getting our second icon. I think I have done some mistake. Exchange alt, actually not all, it's alt. So yeah, as you can see, we have our delivered all the services. We also need to change this title. So I'll change the title of every service. So promotion 24-hour services. Let's check now. Yep, as you can see, we have same service section. We also need to add some padding from top. So we're gonna go and give a service menu, some padding from sort of PT5. Yep, it's looking much better now. Now we need to create this sponsored section. So now go and first of all grab this background color. So background color is this. Create another section with ID of sponsors, and inside sponsors, I'm gonna style this is sponsors. So hashtag sponsors, background color, create the color, and inside this section, we're gonna need this header. First of all, we need some padding from top and bottom. So let's do it first. Class py5, and now we need this header section. So I'm gonna go and this header section and our homes in this header section is similar. So I'm gonna go and copy this. So our header section is header net bar, not actually header net bar. This section is service header. So I'm gonna copy this, paste it here, and just change the class sponsors and sponsors header. Yep. And also change the header title and header subtitle. Let's check our output for now. Yeah, we have our parent section, our parents, and this subtitle. What as you can see, this there is a break in this line. So I'm gonna just after lorem, I'm gonna use a break. So just after lorem, run the break. Let's check now. Yep, we have this break. There is also a break in here after lorem. So I'm gonna go just after lorem, I'm gonna give here a break. Cool. Now it's looking much better. Now we need this for sponsors. I'm gonna go and grab these images. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I have completed downloading all the images. I'm gonna create this all the sponsors. So let's first we need a row. I think we need to grab these all and paste it inside a container div. So that it can take some space from right and left, and then create another here is class, another div, and give this a class sponsor. Put this inside this and row, and we need call lg8. We also need another class called mx auto, so that it takes margin from right and as they can, all the margins from right and left. So, and inside call lg we have 4 images. So go and use a deflex class. Inside deflex, give a first image. We also need to use justify content between, and we're going to grab our first image. Our first image is Levi's, so I'm going to give it a default Levi's. Sorry, yes. Inside Levi's, I'm going to define our first image. Our first image is slash brand1 ng, and give the class of image 3, and we're gonna copy this div and paste it 3 times. And second one is editors, sorry, editors. Yep. I'm gonna change the image and we'll bring to bring 3 and then 4. Next one is Nike, and next one is H and M, so it's H and M. So let's check our output for now. As you can see, we have all the images. We need to change the size of these images. I'm gonna go and change the size. So we will all select all these and it's done. Height 74 pixel and width 110. That's it now. Yep, now we have our brands, all the sponsors, all the brands. We need to add some padding from top and bottom, so I'm gonna give this um give this strip give this strip some padding from top and bottom, so I'm gonna give 5. Now we have completed our brand section. Next we need to add this footer, so I'm gonna go and copy the footer section from my index.html, and here is my footer section. I'm gonna copy this and paste it just under our section of brands. So let's check output now. As you can see, we have our menu, our about us section, our services, our brands, and our footer. Next we're gonna go and draw and create this shop page. So to create this shop page, first of all, we have noticed that we have lots of similarities between these two pages. As you can see, our about page, top header, menu bar, and footer and brand sections are almost similar to this shop page. Top navbar, top header, and our brand section and footer. So I have already copied this top navbar and menu bar and footer as I did in our home about page from home page. So let me show you. Here I have created an page called shop.html, file called shop.html, and inside page shop.html I have copied our section header, body, and our section footer, as you can see. And this is our section header, and then we have these scripts and body HTML tag. I have also linked our shop.html in our index.html menu bar. As you can see, we have created a shop nav link and gave it a href of shop.html. Also inside our about.html we have created another nav link. Inside nav link we gave the href of shop.html. Now let's see our output. As you can see, in our from our home page we can redirect to our shop page, and from our about page we can also redirect to our shop page. And we have this top navbar and this menu bar and this footer. Now we need this brand section, so I'm gonna go and copy our brand section from we have it in about.html. So go and copy this sponsor section, copy and paste this inside shop.html just under our header section. Okay, let's see our output now. Yep, as you can see, we have our brand section. Now what we need is these categories and these categories also, and this select option. And as you can see, we have our items of all we have all the products, and we just need this section. So I'm gonna go and create another section, just a popular sponsors section, another section, and give the id products. Inside section we are gonna take a container Inside container we will now declare to our row, and we need two column. Let me show you. Two column for our one column for our category side categories, and another column for our top category and this product side products. So let's go, and first of all call lg3. Inside call lg3, we're gonna give a class div, and give it a class of like side categories, and we also need these categories headed. So I'm gonna just above our side categories div, h1 tag inside h1 tag categories. Inside side categories we're gonna take a ul tag. Inside ul we need to give a class name, and I'm gonna take li and give it a class snap item, and take a tag and give a class called map link text dark, and give it gender. What we have gender sale product, so I'm gonna gender and take another narrative, sorry, gender and sale, and then we have product. Also gonna give it some font size, so I'm gonna give font size 22 pixels. Let's check our output. As you can see, we have our categories title and our three categories. And so next we need this top category here and this select option. I'm gonna go and create just after call lg3 column. I'm gonna create another column called lg9. Inside to call lg9 we need this categories and the select option inline. So I'm gonna take another div called dflex. It's a bootstrap class, as you know, and give it another class called justify content between. Okay, inside this we're gonna take a div called the categories, top categories, and inside this we're gonna take a ul and give it a class called a line. We're gonna give it list inline, inside this. So I'm gonna take another lighted inside elected and give a class called list inline item. Inside elected we create another tag called a, and inside we're gonna give it class text dark and give it some style of font size 22 pixel and gender. Now copy this li and paste this 3 times. We have all men, women, so we don't need gender. We're gonna give it all men, sorry, men, women. So let's check our output now. As you can see, we have our 3 categories, but there is a line just below of our all the categories. So I'm gonna to remove this. I'm gonna use a style or text decoration. As you can see, now we don't have this the border just bottom of our line, bottom of our categories. Next we need this select option. So I'm gonna go and create this selection just after our top categories. We need to create a div called select category, and inside this I'm gonna create a select tag, sorry, select tag. We don't need an id for now, so now let's just remove this and give it a class called form control, and give it a width of maybe 400 pixel, Inside this we need to define our option. So I'm gonna go option. We have three options: featured, A to Z, and items. So I'm gonna give this option featured. Copy this option two times and give it A to Z. And next one is item. Item. So let's check our output now. As you can see, our featured, A to Z, and item. We need some padding. Now we need some padding from top. And we also have this border shadow, as you can see, so that it looks separate from our number. It's not looking that nice. So to create this shadow, I'm gonna go into my style.css, and I need to give this section, inside this section header we have this header top. We need to give this header top some border box shadow. So I'm gonna give dot header top. I'm gonna copy this box shadow. Let's output now. It's not showing anything. I think I misspelled the class. uh, and oh sorry, we don't need that to give this style to our header top. We're gonna go and inspect this. As you can see, our header top is our top navbar. Now we need to give it give box shadow to our this menu bar. So go this header navbar. We have to give this box shadow to our header navbar. Now change this and give it to yeah. As you can see, now we have this box shadow and it's some pairing from top now. I'm gonna go and photoshop.html and give it some class EY5. Yeah, as you can see, now we have some padding from top and this beautiful box shadow. We also need to give our top category some padding from top. Let's open this div and over reflex all LG. Gonna get T green maybe. Yeah, it's looking nice now. Yep. It's looking much better. Next we need to grab our items, all the items. So I'm gonna go and go to our index.html. I think we have the card. Yep, we have this featured products card. So I'm gonna go and go to our featured product section. Insert featured project, we're gonna copy this card. I'm gonna copy this card. So go to our shop.html. Just after this deflex div, I'm gonna create another row. Inside row, I'm gonna give call lg4 and paste the card inside this div. So I have already downloaded this image. So I'm gonna give this image. I'm gonna remove the width of it and let's change the image. So I'm gonna give it shop01.jpg. As you can see, we have the image. Now we can change this rating section, this header, this descriptions, and this review. First of all, we need this upload this name and this sizes. Go and copy this, cut this actually, and just after top of our deflex div, I'm gonna paste this and remove card title and give the card title of put the it at none. And we need to change this to h3 to h4 and remove this class. Remove all the content of p tag, and I'm gonna copy this sizes, paste this inside, and I'm gonna change this p to h6. We don't need reviews. So like this. Let's check our button. Now as you can see, we have uh, our name and our sizes. Now we need to change we need to position our ratings and price in center. We don't need this to inline, so I'm gonna remove this reflex and justify content between class. So because I don't need this to be inside, I'm gonna give it text center. Let's check our output now. Yep, as you can see, we have our rating and our price in center. So I'm gonna go and copy this column before. We have this column before here. I'm gonna copy this two times and minimize this, minimize, minimize. Okay. Let's check our output now. As you can see, we have this item for 3 times. We're gonna give some padding from top and bottom. Just this py2 3. Okay, now we have some padding from top and bottom. I'm gonna copy this whole row and paste it 4 times, minimize all the rows. Now let's check our output now. As you can see, we have all the item products. I don't need the last row, it's becoming too much longer. Yeah, now it's looking much better. So if you wish, you can change all the images, price and names. I'm gonna not change this. You can change it easily if you know the basics. So we have now created our shop page. Next we're gonna go and create our contact us page. So to create this contact us page, first of all, we can see that the about of our about page top navbar menu and footer is exactly same as the contact page top navbar menu bar and footer. So what we have done is I have already created a contact us file. As you can see, I have contact.html file, and inside that I have copied this header section, as this top navbar and this menu bar, and this footer also. As you can see, this is our section, header section, and this is our footer, just as I did in our about us page. Then I have also linked my navbar so that it can navigate to that page. So when I click on contact, it is navigating to that contact page where we have this header, is this header, as you can see, and this footer is this footer. Okay, and I have linked this inside every page. As you can see, about.html, here is contact, and here is contact.html, shop.html, and is contact.html, also in our index.html. Let me show you inside header section. So yep, inside header section we have our navbar, and this is our contact.html. So we can navigate from all the page to our contact.html. The next we need is this contact us title and this subtitle. So I'm gonna go and create another section in our contact.html just below the section of header. I'll create a section, give this an id, and id will be contact, and give this some let's give it, and inside section I'm gonna drag another div called contact header. Sorry, header. Inside contact header we're gonna take h1 tag. Inside h1 tag we need this title, and copy this title, and here we need some padding from top and bottom. I'm gonna give 5 text center, and we also need it to be this class. I need to add some class to it, so I'm gonna give class display 4 and style font weight to be 100, and I need a p tag to the class of weight, and I'm gonna copy this up and paste it inside there. So let's check our output now. Yep, we have our contact us and our subtitle. Next we need this map. So I'm gonna go into Google Map. Go into your map. Search for your location. My location is Bari Select. Go in there and click on the address you're in, and then click share. Get the embedded map and copy the HTML. Then go into your contact.html. Just minimize this section footer, and just after the div of contact header, I'm gonna create another div and give it a class called contact map. Inside contact map, I'm gonna copy the HTML. I'm gonna paste the HTML I have copied from here. So I also need to change the width. I'm gonna give it 100% and height will be 350 pixels. So let's check output now. As you can see, we have the map. Now next we need this form. To create this form, I'm gonna take a div called container. Inside container, I'm gonna take a div called contact form. Yeah, in that contact, I'm gonna take form, and first of all, we need these two columns for these two inputs, name and email. So I'm gonna go and take a row, and give it some padding on top and bottom. We call LJ6. This is our first column. Inside this, we need a div called from group, and inside from group, first we need this label called name. I'm gonna create the label, name, and we also need to input some input type text class from control, and we also need a placeholder and this name. Next we need email, so I'm gonna copy this call LG6, paste it once and change it to email, and this is also email. Let's check our output now. Yeah, we have this name field and this email field. I don't need this map tab. So, and also there is some padding from top. I'm gonna go and give this some padding from top. So in contact, I'm gonna give some PT4. Let's check. Yeah, now we have some. We have to give it 5. Yeah, now we have some padding from top. Now next we need this subject. So I'm gonna go and just after our row div, I'm gonna create another div called form group, and then in form group we need a label. Label is new subject, and we need the input, the text, and class control placeholder. Sorry, not message, it's subject. And then we need this message field, so I'm gonna copy this and paste it and give it a level of message. I need to also change the placeholder and get message. Let's check output now. We have all the inputs, but our message input needs some more rows, as you can see. So to give these rows, we are gonna go and remove this and create text area, also at the end area, and then we need to give some classes. Class from control and row 6. Let's check our output now. Yep, as you can see, we have our message box. We need some padding from bottom. I'm gonna go and change this to UI 5. Yep. And next we need this button. Let's stop button. So I'll go and just perform group div. I'm gonna create an input, and its type will be submit, and class will be tn btn success. and also text end so that it floats right, and let's give it ptn lg, and value will be let's top. Let's check output now. We have the button, but it's not floating the right side, so I'm gonna go and grab this, cut this, and create a div called button. Set button. I'm gonna paste this and remove this text and the class and paste it inside this div text, and let's check output. Oh, yeah, now we have this float right, but btn success is not working for some reason. We forgot to give it a space. Yep, btn success. Now it's okay. Yep, we also need to add some margin control. I'm gonna give it 3. Let's yes, there is an extra rating here. I have missed here something. Now as you can see, we have finished our contact us page also. So now that we have finished cloning our project that we wanted to, let's check if our project is responsive or not. To check if it's responsive or not, we're gonna just make this smaller, and as you can see, our slider isn't responsive, categories of the month are responsive, and feature product isn't responsive also. And on the smaller devices, yep, same, but our neighbor is responsive as you can see, but not our slider and also our feature product. To fix this, I'm gonna go and let's minimize this and go and um, we need to get the class called slider text, because as you can see in our style.css, in slider text we have that margin from left of 300 pixel. That's why when we are checking the responsive, we are getting that extra margin from the left. So we want this margin to be reduced when we reduce the screen also. So I'm gonna go and use media query. Actually I'm gonna give media screen media and only only screen and mean width of 1200 pixel, and in this we need this slider text. I'm gonna grab the slider text and paste it here, and we don't need this to be 300. I'm gonna give it 120 pixel. So let's check now. Oops, we are also having this issue that in our larger devices also we have reduced the margin from left. So I'm gonna go and change this to max width. Now as you can see, we have this margin left, and when we check its responsiveness, yep, now we don't have this margin, as you can see. Now also we need to change the size of our image also. So I'm gonna go and change the size of image. So first of all, we need to give all the images as a class. So I'm gonna grab all the images and give the class slider image and call it here. I'm gonna call it slider image and give the height of 600 pixel and the width of 500 pixel. Let's check our output now. Yep, as you can see, we have our image responsive, so our slider is responsive. Next, we don't want this slider on our in smaller devices, so I'm gonna just make it display none to smaller devices. So I'm gonna go and make a correction. We need to make a correction here. I'm gonna change this 12,000 12 1200 to 1280. We need to copy this, copy and paste, and we're gonna change this max width to 1279, and after that delete this. And our total, we need to display now our total sliders. I'm gonna go into index.html and grab the header slider class, because we have our slider in this header slider div. I'm gonna copy this header slider and dot header slider. We need to display, sorry, display none. Let's check our output now. If you want to check this in advanced way, I'm gonna go and inspect and click this responsive tab, and here you can see we have our slider responsive in the device resolution, where resolution is 1280, and just after that we don't have the slider, so just as we wanted. So we can say that our header, our slider is responsive. Next we need to make responsive our featured product. We don't have to do much with our featured product. I'm gonna go into our index.html and open our featured div. Inside our featured div, we just need to remove this width. I'm gonna go and select all the width, and I think we have another one. Yeah, this one. So I'm gonna remove this. Also need to remove this. Yep. Let's check our output now. Let's check responsive. As you can see, featured product is responsive in medium devices. In smaller devices, we also have our featured product responsive. So we can say that our main home page is responsive. Let's check our about page. Let's check the responsive of our about page. As you can see, our about page is fully responsive. We don't have to do anything with this. Yep. Next we have our shop page. Let's check the responsive of it. As you can see, our shop page is also responsive. If you want, you can also reduce the size of the images in smaller devices. I hope you can use, you have got some idea of media query from here, how you can use it. Next we have our contact us page, and let's check if it is responsive or not. As you can see, our contact us page is fully responsive. I hope that you guys finished the full project with me, and I'll be glad if you guys have done this. Really thanks for you guys, and please be supportive, and please subscribe the channel if you like the video, and please leave out some comments in comment section.